We open on a man stumbling through a dense, fog-covered forest. He's clearly lost, turning in circles, panic rising in his eyes. Without warning, the ground beneath him gives way. He's violently pulled downward into the earth, his screams cutting off as he disappears into the darkness below. Just like that, he's gone. And we're left with a terrifying question. What just took him? The scene shifts to Galway, Ireland, where we meet Mina, an American woman working in a pet shop. Her boss asks her to do a simple delivery job: transport a golden conure parrot to a zoo near Belfast. Mina agrees, loading the bird into her car and setting off on what should be a routine drive. She has no idea what's waiting for her. Hours into her journey, Mina's car sputters and dies in the middle of a remote forest. Her phone has no signal. She's stranded, alone, with darkness starting to creep in. Mina begins walking, hoping to find help or at least a main road. That's when she spots something unusual, a concrete structure that looks like a bunker, completely out of place in this wilderness. What she discovers next will trap her in a nightmare. A woman appears seemingly out of nowhere. "Get inside now if you want to live," she shouts. But who or what is coming? The door slams shut behind them with a heavy, final sound. Inside, Mina finds herself in a strange, underground shelter called The Coop with 3 people. Madeline, who saved her, along with Kira and Daniel. Madeline explains they're all trapped, prisoners to something called the Watchers. Every night, they must stand in front of the coop's large mirrored window. The Watchers observe them from the darkness outside, studying them, learning from them. Mina has a brief flashback to an incident when she was young. She and her twin sister Lucy were involved in a car accident. Lucy was severely hurt, but her mother was fatally injured. The next day, Madeline explains the rules to Mina. Rule 1: never, ever go outside after dark. The Watchers eliminate anyone they find in the forest at night. Rule 2: never enter the burrows, the underground tunnels where the Watchers hide during the day. What happens to those who break the rules is too horrible to describe. Afterward, Kira reveals they've been trapped for months. Her husband John left days ago, trying to find a way out. He never came back. Everyone here is running out of hope. The next day, Daniel offers to show Mina one of the burrow entrances. What they find down here will change everything. As they explore deeper, they discover abandoned items, a camcorder, a bicycle, personal belongings from other people who must have been trapped here before. Suddenly, they hear movement ahead of them in the darkness. Something is in the tunnel with them, and it's getting closer. Daniel grabs Mina's arm, and they run. That night, something appears outside that makes Kira happy, if only briefly. It's John, or something that looks exactly like John, calling to Kira. "Let me in," it says flatly. Madeline stops Kira from opening the door. "That's not your husband. The Watchers can imitate us." The Watchers attack the coop, furious at being denied. The mirror barely holds. Weeks pass, and winter sets in. Daniel becomes increasingly paranoid. One night, he locks Mina and Madeline out of the coop. Darkness is falling fast. In minutes, the Watchers will emerge, and no one survives a night in the forest. Mina and Madeline run into the forest, hiding behind a fallen tree. That's when they see them. Dozens of pale humanoid creatures with elongated limbs and faces that shift and change. Some wear the faces of the people in the coop. One wears Mina's face. The truth is far worse than anyone imagined. The Watchers are furious that Mina and Madeline aren't at the window. They attack the coop. Mina and Madeline make a desperate run back, Watchers chasing them at impossible speed. They reach the door just as a Watcher's hand grazes Mina's shoulder. Daniel lets them in, and they tumble inside. But the nightmare isn't over. Madeline reveals a shocking truth. The Watchers are fairies, ancient, shape-shifting beings. They're trying to learn how to be human. That's why they watch us, studying our every move, trying to perfect their imitation. These aren't just monsters. They're intelligent, calculating, and learning, and they're about to make their move. The Watchers launch a full assault. Madeline pulls open a hidden door in the floor, revealing a staircase. They descend into an underground study filled with research equipment. They seal the door as the Watchers pound above. But what they discover down here is beyond comprehension. Mina finds video diaries of Professor Rory Kilmartin, who came to study the fairies years ago. He captured one and tried to teach it, but his excitement turns to horror in later videos. They're learning too fast. They're not just copying us, they want to replace us. In his final recording, he's hollow and defeated. He explains how to escape. Follow the river to a stone marker. Destroy my research, he pleads. The camera shakes. The screen goes dark. Both the professor and the fairy are gone. The professor's final act was to eliminate both himself and his captive. Mina realizes they now have the key to escape. The next morning, following the professor's directions, they reach the river and find the ancient stone marker. Madeline explains. Centuries ago, humans and fairies went to war. The humans won, imprisoning the fairies here and tearing off their wings. They've been trapped for hundreds of years. All they want is to be free. Night falls as they make their way through the forest. The Watchers are chasing them closely. As they reach the lake, a figure steps out, the Watcher wearing John's face. Daniel thinks it's actually him and runs to help him. The Watcher strikes with horrifying speed. Daniel is gone within seconds. Mina, Madeline, and Kira run for the boat the professor left hidden. They push off as more Watchers emerge from the forest, dozens lined up on the shore, watching them escape. But the real horror is just revealing itself. Days later, Mina visits the professor's university office to destroy his research. As she reads his notes, she discovers humans and fairies once had children together, hybrids that could survive in daylight. Then she sees a photograph that stops her heart. It shows the professor with his wife, dated 2001. The woman in the photograph is Madeline. Madeline is one of them. Mina rushes to Kira's home but finds Madeline has taken Kira's form. Madeline explains she's a hybrid, able to withstand sunlight, which is why the other Watchers ostracized her. Madeline then makes the first of a series of transformations. Firstly, to her original form. They cast me out because I'm not pure. I've been alone for decades, trapped between two worlds. Madeline then appears in the form of Mina's twin sister Lucy. Madeline attacks Mina. Mina makes a desperate plea that could save them all. You're half human, Mina says carefully. That means you have a choice. You don't have to hurt us. There are others like you out there, other hybrids. You don't have to be alone anymore. Madeline hesitates, conflict clear on her face. Then slowly, something incredible happens. Wings emerge from Madeline's back, spreading wide. Madeline launches herself through the window, soaring up into the sky. She becomes a small silhouette against the clouds before disappearing completely. She's finally free. Mina and Kira collapse in relief. The nightmare is finally over. Or is it? In the end, Mina reconciles with her estranged twin sister. The experience has changed her, made her realize what's truly important. She reveals that Madeline has been watching over her from a distance, sometimes taking the form of a young girl. The fairy hybrid is learning to exist in the human world. The final shot shows a crowded city street. Among the people, we spot a young girl with unusual grace. But as she turns, we catch a glimpse of something ancient in her eyes. It's Madeline, taking a new form, living among humans. The Watchers is a chilling exploration of what it means to be human, told through creatures desperately trying to understand us. The film draws heavily from Irish folklore, bringing ancient fairy legends into a modern survival horror context. If you enjoyed this recap, let me know in the comments what horror movie you'd like me to cover next. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe for more movie recaps. Thanks for watching.